Okay, let's talk about this CVE that I found, and I wanted to share it with you guys because I do think that it is funny. I think it is a funny and hilarious way that this happened. Okay? I think how I got this CVE, in my opinion, is funny. Okay? So, and I do apologize because I am going to go full uh, recipe blog style and start from the beginning. Yeah, so don't get too excited about the CVE. It's just a cross-site scripting vulnerability. It's nothing crazy, but it is fun, so I'm going to share it. And the story begins in 2014 when Hack 5 first came out with Hate Handles is here. What is up, dude? Hack 5 came out with their very first Wi-Fi pineapple in 2014. I'm pretty sure. And when that happened, in 2014, I was making $30K a year in a crappy IT job. I was paying for my ex-wife's college. Between rent and her college and food, we were lucky to have an extra $5 for a Little Caesars pizza once a month, you know. So, no money for a Wi-Fi pineapple at the time. And then fast forward 2 years to 2016, a bunch of articles came out about people buying these little mini travel routers. I don't know if you guys can see that, but they bought these little travel routers, and they were able to put the first or second gen Wi-Fi Pineapple firmware onto these travel routers, and then and these were only $25 instead of $100. So obviously I bought one, but because I do have ADHD pretty bad, my typical amount of tabs open that I have on my computer is around 500 at any given point, which is not a good thing. Okay, I would not recommend doing that. That's a no-no, okay? And that's why I have 128 gigs of RAM in my computer. Because of Chrome. Anyway, so I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, okay, so because of my ADHD, I never actually installed the Wi-Fi Pineapple firmware on one of these travel routers. Okay. Fast forward to 2019. You guys can hear me, right? I didn't even check I haven't streamed in forever. I didn't check my audio or anything. I think we're okay. Okay, I appreciate it. If you guys had let me go on talking that whole time without being able to hear me, I would have been so pissed. But anyway, 2019, I start as a pen tester at my current company, which I'm not allowed to mention on stream for reasons I cannot disclose. Around that same time, I read a blog article where someone got $5,000 bug bounty for a cross-site scripting issue in a vast antivirus because they named the SSID, they named their Wi-Fi a cross-site scripting payload. And I was like, balls, yeah, I'm doing that. So 2.5 years ago, I named one of my SSIDs a cross-site scripting payload. Actually, you guys can't see my screen, can you? Okay. So 2 years ago, I did this. And that's just one of my SSIDs. I have Ubiquiti hardware and I don't know what BAH is, dude. Am I... Am I not an internet person? I don't know the acronyms anymore. So anyway, any hoozle, I named it this, and keep in mind SSIDs can only be 32 characters or shorter, right? So keep that in mind. Fast forward to late last year. Super can't talk about it, but I needed to use one of these travel routers for a pen test that I was working on. Okay. I turn it on. I'm going through the menus trying to figure out like, is this going to work for what I'm pen testing? Okay. So, I'm going to show you guys what's going on. This is the UI. You can see how old it is. Okay, the firmware is old, 2014. And I'm going through all the menu items. Yeah, right. I'm going through all the menu items. This is why it almost doesn't count as a CVE, but it's still fun to talk about, okay? You know, I'm going through all this stuff. I'm seeing what firmware. This is how you upload for the Wi-Fi Pineapple, by the way. So anyway, I'm where was I? Yeah. So I'm going through here. I'm doing ports, wireless settings. Nothing here. And then I click on this, and I'm going through here, and then I click on this one, and then check this out. If it works. It would really, really suck if it didn't work. Okay, there it goes. So this pops. And for those of you guys who are web application pen testers, hate handles, bro. My freaking heart, man. I haven't streamed in 2 months and you're still handing out subs. I do appreciate it. Hearts to hate handles. And Gritter's got one too. That's great. Did my alerts go? Oh, it did go. Nice. Hearts to hate handles. So anyway, I thought that was super. When this popped, I was like, "Yo, what the balls? What kind of crappy UI just has a pop-up of a 2? Like, who builds that into their UI?" And I was like, "What?" And then I remembered that I actually have an SSID that does the alert too, and I'm like, oh monkeys, I think I just tripped it. Yeah, exactly, dude. Richie, exactly, seriously, exactly what you're describing. I was like, I was so confused, and then I got so excited, and I do this every time I find something cool or fun or anything. I start beating on my chest and I start freaking out. And my wife's in the other room right over there, and she like thinks that something is wrong. And I'm like, it paid off. It did it. I'm freaking out because when is that ever gonna actually happen? I had zero expectations that my SSID that was alert 2 would actually pop. Right? Anyway, I thought it was so funny. And, anyway. So, next step after that I decided to do was I, followed this blog post. You know, I'm gonna put it in the chat real quick. I followed this blog post so I ended up buying a really short domain. And this is just for fun, but I bought a really short domain And now that is one of my SSIDs. And then when that triggers, same as this guy, because I was using this one before also. And then Brute Logic has, where's the Brute Logics? Brute Logic has another one that's really short. But anyway, I hooked it up to my XSS Hunter payload, because XSS Hunter, if I tried to use that normal payload, it would be longer than the 32 characters that SSIDs allow. So anyway, now I get emails. Actually, oh, where'd I put my phone? Hold on. Yeah, so now I get emails every single time that goes off, which I think is quite beautiful. Okay. So then I submit. Well, first I talked to the manufacturer. They're like, bro, that's on 2.19 firmware. We've updated to version 3 point something now. Try it on 3 point something. And then they had fixed it. And what I actually ended up doing with my second one, because I have two, is I started from the lowest one that I could find, and I went up incrementally. And every 2 point something triggered, and anything after 3.0 did not trigger. So, anyway, I submit the bug, and I mean, they don't have a bug bounty program, but I just emailed their security department and told them what was up. And when you submit a CVE, they really want you to communicate with the company, with the vendor. So anyway, I thought that was fun. I thought that you guys would appreciate seeing that. And at some point, I need to go over... I want to do a thing where I just kind of go over what the process looks like for submitting a CVE, because that's my fourth one, and people think that's really cool for some reason, when in reality it's just crap like this. You know. When that popped, dude, I was just like... Okay, I'm not keeping up on the comments here.